we're really happy to have you here at our first fall concert. Just a couple of business notes. Well, the show will be about half an hour, and then we'll have about a 5-minute break, at which time, just before we unmute, or just before they come back, we're going to give everybody a chance to clap and give some encouragement to the artists. And then at the very end of the show, about 8 o'clock, we will have time for a question and answer period if you want to hang around and ask. Feel free to use the chat if you have any questions during the show, and also the information for their tip jar will be in the chat and also shown a couple times during the performance. Please feel free to donate any money to the performers. All of the money goes directly to them, and we're really excited to have them. Okay, and here's Jim Haggerty to introduce our artists. Oh, so we'll mute everybody.
Okay.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We're really excited to have Mara Sean Scanlon and Connor Hearn here for us, the Rakish duo. This is something we've really been looking forward to. They play Celtic fiddle tunes and traditional old-time music and singing. And also they do originals and Baroque music. So there's a nice, interesting combination here. And so when you listen to the music, think about the roots of this music, which is traditional music. It combines the feeling of session music and dance music from the people, really roots music. But at the same time, they've taken that music and they improvise and they add the elements of original music and almost like chamber music performance. They become performers too. So you really have both elements here, and I hope you really enjoy that. An example is they do, first of all, I want to mention that here is their CD. So if you go to the www.rakishmusic.com, you can get all the information about the CD. It's a sampler CD, and it's really enjoyable, and it shows all this different kind of music. Without any further ado, I think that's what we can go right there. I just want to say that the musicians are great. And it's a tough job for the violin, too, because the violin has to change personalities depending on the type of music it's played. So sometimes it's called the fiddle and sometimes it's called the violin. So let's give credit to the violin, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, Mara and Connor. All right, we're really happy to have you here. We're really looking forward to it. Take it over.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it.
Sure.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope the sound is okay. I saw some people bobbing along over there. One thought I had was that maybe if the host wants to pin our video, I don't know if it's like pinned by default, but
I think it's called spotlighting.
Right. There we go. That's great.
Yeah, maybe that'll help.
Yeah, cool. So we're here in West Medford, Massachusetts, in my living room, and we're playing some music for you all tonight. And we're so happy that this lovely board that we've been talking to the past couple of days with music on the Delaware asked us to do this show. They asked us after we met at a concert we did in upstate New York around this time last year, like the Roxbury Arts Center, and I think they liked what they heard then, so they asked us if we could do something here, which is super exciting for us and a good excuse to kind of make a little studio set up in our place and, try some new material out. There's a lot of other things going on tonight. People probably all want to be watching the Emmys, so we're happy that you're here with us.
Oh, the Emmys. I forgot about that.
I'll do my best Jimmy Kimmel impression so that you don't feel like you're missing too much. So that was a set of some jigs and a slide. And
The first one was called The Star Above the Garter, and the second was shouldn't have started this. Pipe Major Donald McLean of Lewis, and then the third one is called The Maid on the Green. Okay, and then
yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll do a song now, a song that we really like singing a lot. It's by a folk singer from England named Nick Jones. I got this song from the playing of Nick Garris. He's a friend of ours and a good bouzouki player and singer, as well as a very well-known and accomplished step dancer. And we love the story in this song. So it's a good seafaring, adventuring, cross-dressing, attempted murdering, seafaring song with all the appropriate elements called Canada-I-O. Of a fair and of a handsome girl, she's all in her tender years. She fell in love with a sailor. It's true, she loves him well. For to go off to sea with him, like she did not know how. But she longed to see that seaport. Made a bargain with another sailor boy. It's all for a piece of gold. Straight away then he led her down into the hold. He said, I'll dress you all in sailor's clothes, and your jacket shall be blue, and you shall see that seaport town called Canada-I-O. When the other sailors, they heard the news, well, they fell into a rage with the whole ship's company. They were willing to engage, and they said, let's tie our hands and feet, my boys, and overboard we'll throw her, and she'll never see that seaport town called Canada-I-O. When this bold captain
Well, we played our first, I guess, I don't know, not real, but in-person show yesterday in about, since March, really. Yeah, really the first one that we played for real people in the audience. And that was really wonderful. We played out in a garden in Connecticut, which was really, really nice. But man, even after one concert, I miss like the after we play, like, in between, like just seeing people's faces as we talk, and it's funny.
Getting that feedback and everything, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see some of y'all in the corner of my screen kind of doing this. And maybe
we're using like a separate sort of camera thing, which is over there.
Oh, there you go, hon.
And yeah, so I can't really see the computer screen, so I can't see any of you, but I'm assuming that you're there and hoping that you're having a good time. Well, we're going to continue now with a tune of mine that's a pretty new tune, and it's called the New Shoe Maneuver. And I guess it's not really that good of a story. Every time I tell it, I feel like it kind of loses a little bit of its magic. But there was a moment where I was really excited about this. Where Connor and I sort of took advantage of some of our free time by really sort of committing to running during the COVID shutdown. So we both decided at very similar times that we needed new running shoes, and we both sort of bought like the same shoes, same brand, like very similar model shoes, without really conversing with one another. So it was just like this sort of serendipitous thing.
there are a lot of funny parallelisms there. We both got excited about running and both started using the same running app. Actually, I think I did that because you told me to. But then everything else, like we both got injured at the same time, and then
we both took a break because we hurt our knees, and then we both started running again. And then, anyway,
I think we got new shoes because we both got injured.
We were like, well, it must be the shoes, right? It's because our bodies are invincible,
Right.
Clearly. Anyway, so this tune is called the New Shoe Maneuver in honor of all that running stuff. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You meet here?
Yeah.
Cool. A lot of exciting new developments happening for us recently. More of which you'll hear about later, but the first of which is that there's a new banjo in the mix over here to my right.
Yes. I guess it's new. It's new for me, and it's new for Rakish to have a banjo. I started getting interested in the clawhammer banjo. Well, I really loved the sound of clawhammer banjo for quite some time, but actually my dad got into sort of the clawhammer banjo and was learning some clawhammer banjo stuff and got really into repairing them and learning about making them as well. And so I kind of got into that after hearing him talk about it a lot. And so I've started learning the clawhammer banjo in the past, about 2 years, I guess. Around 2 years, yeah. And I just got a new banjo, which I'm very excited about. This is its second show, so it's exciting for me to play a new instrument. I'm still getting to know it.
We had a fun, personally curated banjo shopping experience because of the virus. They don't let many people into the music stores at the same time, so we were able to go to the Music Emporium, which is a local fantastic instrument store near our home in Lexington, Mass. And we got to just show up, and they had pulled down a bunch of banjos for us, and there was nobody else in the store, so we could just kind of try stuff out and sing. And it was, you couldn't do that at a guitar center, so it was kind of a fun thing for us to be able to do.
It was really nice. I brought Connor, and he listened impartially to all the banjos. And so, anyways, this is a song that's called "Meet You There." 1, 2, 3.
think I like him. I'll sneak out the window tonight. We'll do some drinking, we'll do some kissing. Don't be late, I'll meet you there. Where the moon shines bright now, don't be late, I'll meet you there. Where you say you love me. Thanks very much.
All right.
We still have video? Can someone say yes in the video chat, in the chat, if they can still see our screen? Our camera might have done something, we're not sure. No. Okay, cool.
No.
Maybe the camera went to sleep if you want to like. It's good. It's pretty good timing, huh?
Did it just go off?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Alright.
But it sounds like they can still hear us because they're responding to me in the chat. So I think that the camera just turned off. And we're back.
We're back?
Great. Thanks.
I bet it's that 20-minute thing.
Oh, totally. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna do one more, and then we'll take a short break if that's okay. Is that okay?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So this is another instrumental tune. Everything good with the video now? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
This one is called "The Lucky One," and it's after a very sweet dog that we met on tour in Canada, right in February, right before everything kind of went downhill. Yeah, we had a really nice time sort of touring around the middle of Canada, where you would not expect.
Yeah, not a lot of like cities or anything, or just a bunch of rural towns in Ontario, which is really nice. It's,
Yeah.
just getting to see the countryside and stuff.
So, yeah, and this tune is kind of a product of maybe some of you are familiar with the music of Daryl Anger or Mike Marshall, and they made a couple they make a lot of really great music, but especially a couple really, really great albums, and one of them is called Wood Shop. I think back in the 80s or something. Yeah. It's a pretty old album at this point, but anyway, it's super great. And I listened to that album. I got really into it kind of late in the game. I kind of missed. Everybody else thought it was cool a long time ago, but I never knew about it until recently.
I still think it's cool.
Well, yeah. Anyway, I spent like a month listening to that album just on repeat, and then this tune kind of came out as I was inspired by that album.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Okay. All good.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll do a little quick break for
A little break, yes.
some
Thank you
announcements.
so much, Mara and Connor. That was really delightful. Nice variety of stuff. It's just delightful. So we're really enjoying it, and I hope you'll get some of that feeling from the applause when we finish the break there. I'm sure everybody is appreciating it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and I just want to mention also, and perhaps for you too, I think we told you this, but this concert is being recorded and will be archived on the Music on the Delaware Facebook page. So people can come back to that again and enjoy it. Also, if you have, just to address to everybody else, if there's any questions you have, please put them in the chat and the musicians can look at them, and after they've agreed to spend a little bit of time with us after the concert to answer some of your questions. Also, Jessica, could we put up the donation PayPal screen for a minute so everybody can see that? It's just an opportunity for all of us to make a contribution to this great duo and to thank them for their performance and their willingness to do this and to be with us tonight. We really appreciate it. It's a great thing to have, even though we don't see them in person like we hope we will be able to do in the future. So we really would like to see this group again in person. But right now, let's express our gratitude for looking at the virtual tip jar, and you see the PayPal there in the lower left-hand column of the Rakish banner there, the Rakish screen. Let me just mention one or two other announcements. The next concert will be Emily Hutchinson, who plays flute, piccolo, sorry, and piano, and penny whistle, or tin whistle is known as. And that will be on Sunday, October the 4th, the same time and the same Zoom number. And a lot of us are familiar with Emily. She's played here before with her family on some of the other earlier concerts. Also, I would like to encourage everybody to send their email address to Music on the Delaware if you would like to get notices about these concerts and other events. And that address is Music on the Delaware, no spaces, no capitals, Music on the Delaware @gmail.com. Okay, so I think that's all the announcements now. Jessica, can we unmute everyone for a second to give people a chance to show their appreciation for what Mara and Connor have done so far?
Yeah, I think everyone can unmute themselves. Right now, I set it so everyone can unmute themselves, and
Okay. So could everyone unmute themselves for just a second?
if you'd like to clap.
Yeah, we'd like to clap.
Okay. I hope you got some taste of the enthusiasm we have here.
You go down to the bottom of your screen, there's a little thing called reactions. You have to put your cursor on the bottom of the screen, but they have a thumbs up and they have a clapping hands. They have included some new ones now. There's a heart and tears of joy and a surprise fireworks down there too. So
Fireworks too, okay. Well, I think they deserve all of those. Thanks, Bill.
I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone again.
Okay.
I think we'll be ready to go in 30 seconds. All right, we'll get rolling here in 30 seconds.
Not 5 minutes. I'm ready.
Alrighty,
Just.
we're unmuted.
Oh, great.
Okay,
Hi.
and we're back.
We're back.
We had a quick break.
I have a little baby puppy, and I brought her to this concert, and she's being taken care of by some very nice friends.
We have
We have the puppy babysitting team back there in the kitchen.
There's all
I'm
sorts
very
of
grateful.
stuff going on back there.
Yeah.
There's a puppy, there's cornbread.
There's slow cooker pork. Connor's been really into the slow cooker recently.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
We got some nice applause.
Oh, great.
And
Thank you.
we will do a couple more sets if that sounds good, and then say hello for a minute. And we'll start back with a tune that Maura wrote. And it's a jig called "The Waiting Game." Or yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Okay, thanks. So, we'll do a couple more before we break for the evening. But
We're not done yet. We
no.
only just started the second set.
Exactly. And the next tune we'll play is a relatively new composition that is sort of part of a batch that we've been working on of new material during this time at home, and we're excited to be hopefully recording a lot of that soon and releasing it also hopefully soon.
But less soon.
But less soon than we were recording it. And yeah, this tune, I don't know. I mean, it's a tune that Maura wrote, and it's kind of combining some maybe more classical elements of Maura's music background, and we play a lot of Irish traditional music and Scottish music and that kind of. So it's a tune in that style, but maybe with some other musical elements in there too. somebody was wondering about what our musical path has been like. So it's
Yeah. Well, we kind of, I play a lot of classical music as well as fiddle music. If it's probably already been said, but anyway, so sometimes we play some classical or classical inspired music together. And most recently, we've been playing a lot of Bach together, sort of arranging the solo violin sonatas and partitas for violin and guitar, so making them not so solo. And we were playing a bunch of Bach and working on this one movement in D minor in particular. And then I kind of was thinking, wow, it would be nice to have a slow tune that was kind of had some of that little bit of classically harmony. So we kind of tried to go down that rabbit hole with this tune a little bit.
Okay, we had a little blackout moment there, but we figured we had a silent exchange of eye contact that you couldn't see because our camera was off. But we figured we would just play that tune in the dark and, and let you guys listen to it.
Keep trucking along.
So,
That was probably a good one for the visual to cut out on that.
right,
Track.
it's like we're all sitting in a dark church somewhere or something like that.
Yes.
So
And hopefully everyone closed their eyes instead of panicking.
different experience, but a good one nonetheless.
All right. So I'm gonna get the band drop one more time here. one thing that I really am struggling with on the banjo is just you can't really ever trust that it's going to be in tune. Then also you have to tune it a lot to make sure that it stays in tune, and always with a different key. All right. This is one called Before Our Quiet Love, and it's a really new song for us, so hopefully we'll make it from start to finish. We played it yesterday and I forgot some of it at the end, so hopefully we will make it all the way through. We do the chorus again at the end, right? Okay, great.
It's been, a lot of these are getting workshopped right now too, so it's not.
We're slashing and editing. And
Yeah, there's not a final version yet.
the red pens are out. All right, here we go. 1, 2. You hear the silence as it echoes round our living room with open ears in a quiet home. Can you hear the quiet as it falls down with the dusk through the eldest trees that are in the woods? What did they hear before me? What did they hear before you? Before our quiet love. Do you hear my heartbeat as it reaches from my chest? It is with me now, even to thy rest. Can you hear the chorus? Hush and loud at dawn and dusk, where the crickets sing and the birds they fight. What did they hear before me? What did they hear before you? Before our quiet love. Do you hear my words now? As true as I can speak them to a town called home, my mom and dad. What did they hear before me? What did they hear before you? Before our quiet love. Here we go. I remembered it all that time. Hopefully.
Thank you. Okay, well, it's come to the time
It's that time.
where it's the end, so we have to play one more, and the one more obviously has to be reels, but not before we play a march.
We'll start it off with a really great tune that Connor wrote that also has a title derived from our trip to Canada back in February. The tune is called "The Tooth of Time," which is a very weird title, but it is actually this sort of landmark in this town called Vasey. So there's this big sort of gorge thing, and we of course we were there in February, like the coldest time of the year, so everything's like really icy, and we were sort of basically we were killing time before going to our new hosts for a concert that night, and so we decided to go see the landmarks of the town. And so there's this big sort of river. So we were kind of like perilously walk sliding on our butts down to this kind of like overlook thing. And we come to this guy who may have been the ghost of Christmas past, but anyway, or like some sort of winter elf or something.
Spirit, yeah.
Anyway, he said, "Have you seen the tooth?" And we were like, "What is this guy talking about?" He was like, "Yeah, the tooth of time." And so then we noticed that there's this big sort of rock structure, kind of looks like if you had no teeth except for one, just like straggler hanging out, sort of sticks out of the middle of the river, and there's water rushing all around it. It's kind of quite a spectacle. Anyway, that's the story for this tune, and then we'll finish it up with a couple reels. The first is called "The Torn Jacket," and the second is "Lado Burn."
The quarryman.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is a different set. Oh, sorry, I forgot. We always end with this other set. That's so funny. Which also starts with the march. Okay. Sorry, forget that. The Tooth of Time is still happening though, and then we have after that we have the Quarryman, and then a reel that I wrote that doesn't have a name yet. Sorry about that. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all
Thanks
so much.
Yeah. We'll let
I'm just gonna quickly turn off and then back on the camera, so it will go black for just 1 second, but then we'll be right back. But you can still hear us, hopefully.
yeah.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Well, just wonderful concert, you guys. We really enjoyed it. And, you know,
Everyone's open now.
we're going to open up for everybody. Maybe if someone might have a question or two. We appreciate that, and you know, we just enjoyed it so much. And I hope we look forward to seeing you guys in person. We hopefully
Totally.
to Walton sometime. If you're in person, that would really be great. Anyway, really enjoyed it.
I
Maybe,
think we need to applaud.
yeah, let's applaud now, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So you want to talk a little bit about maybe your journey in music, how you got into all this stuff?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well, we both started playing music when we were really quite young. It was sort of a part of our upbringings. I started playing classical violin when I was really, really little, and have been sort of playing fiddle music alongside that pretty much throughout my whole musical journey. And Connor started off also on classical violin and made the big switch somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I had a pretty musical family growing up, and we all played string instruments, me and my siblings. So I started playing classical violin in elementary school. But we had some guitars in the house. My dad was a guitar player, so I wanted to do that by the time I was like 10, I think. So, you know, once I started playing the guitar, I got more seriously into that, and I was a lot better at practicing the guitar. But didn't take it as seriously on the violin.
Connor recently gave me I started teaching a lot of young kids in the past year, and Connor recently gave me, it was really a nice gift. He gave me all of his old Suzuki books that have all of his teachers' markings in them and stuff from when Connor was learning Suzuki.
And there are a lot of markings.
It's really funny to sort of see Connor's, 9-year-old process. It's really great. Anyway, and then we both moved to Boston for college initially. Connor went to Tufts University, and I went to the New England Conservatory. And we met just sort of through mutual friends here in Boston, mutual school friends, I guess, and kind of got connected when we realized that we both play traditional Irish music. And then we kind of got to know each other through like informal sessions and stuff in some of the local restaurants and bars around here.
Yeah, we could do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how we started playing together.
Yeah.
That's great. Does anyone else have any questions or anything that they want to ask?
Let's check the chat.
I know it's hard to say with that light. Huh?
Have you ever gone to WUMB to play in their studio?
Which one is that? Which state is that?
It's
We've done some W's.
It's about out of a university in Boston.
I don't think so. We've done a couple radio appearances. We did one like in North Carolina with like App State. Was it that one, or was it which one was the one with in Charlottesville? We did that one, and then sometimes we play on WGBH, which is like a program on like through NPR, which I think has just recently rebranded to just GBH. I'm not really sure what dropping the W means. I guess it's like a radio to digital thing, but anyway, WGBH, GBH. There's this program hosted by a radio presenter and DJ named Brian O'Donovan, who does a lot of radio stuff around here, and kind of facilitating the Irish music entertainment world in our part of town. So we've done a couple live appearances on that program, and sometimes on Saturdays from 3 to 6 they rebroadcast a lot of that music, so you can hear us on those sometimes.
Thank you.
You ever get together with any of the young people from Berkeley School here?
Yeah, a lot of our really good friends have gone through Berkeley School or are currently at Berkeley, I guess.
Yeah, totally. There's like, a lot of colleges in this town, so like
Yeah, kind of.
BC, Berkeley, the school I went to had like a dual degree program with Morris College, so there's a lot of social overlap between those two, and also between NEC and Berkeley. So a lot of us sort of know each other, even if we didn't go to the same school.
Yeah.
I was wondering because hoping that because there are several musical institutions in Boston, and I was hoping that they would share the talent around and not become isolated themselves, from.
Yeah.
I think it's a good melting pot. I know that's an overused expression, but I think it does that.
Yeah.
Have you run into Shannon? She's doing a lot of nice stuff online too.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's a neighbor, actually. Matt and Shannon live, down the street
Oh,
from
do
her.
they really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me a couple times in East Durham, and anyway, really great teacher too.
Yeah, they're some good friends.
At the top it says James Richards on me.
What was that? I missed that.
We missed that question. Somebody had a question.
I
Okay.
think it was Joanna.
I was talking to Jim.
Oh,
It was Joanna.
okay. Well, this was great,
Yeah.
you guys. We really enjoyed it. And we'll look forward to seeing the recording, hearing the recording.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
definitely, us too. It was really a pleasure playing for you all and for
There's a
getting asked to
question
do
in the
this too.
chat. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's a question in the chat. It says, "Why is it called claw hammer?"
Oh,
Oh,
good question.
It's the way you hold your hand.
oh yeah, because the way that you, I mean, yeah, it's sort of like one of those onomatopoeia things. I guess it's just like, I mean, I don't know if that's right, but anyway, you hold your hand kind of like it looks like a claw, like this kind of when you are playing, and then you kind of do this like hammer-like motion with your wrist to actually make the string make a sound. So I guess that's a combination of those two things.
Could also be called frailing, whamming, and so on, a couple other names too.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said, "What about pumpkin bread?"
That's what I want.
Well,
Yeah, we have another band that I think started before Maura and I had started playing music together as a duo professionally. We played together at sessions and socially and stuff. But there's another band that we formed in like 2016 called Pumpkin Bread, which is with some roommates of ours, and sort of like a big folk band, like accordion and mandolin and keyboards or pianos and that kind of stuff. So that was one of the groups we were working on when we were. I mean, the band still exists, but there's a lot of changes going on in people's lives right now, so we're not playing together as much at the moment. But yeah.
Do you all play for dances?
we theoretically we do, but we haven't really very much as a duo. We haven't really very much.
Yeah, like there's a lot of contra dance stuff in New England, and maybe individually we've done that for like I've definitely gotten hired to do dance gigs and that kind of thing, but not. Rakish doesn't do a lot of like contra dance stuff.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who really specialize in that kind of music, like playing for contra dances is their thing. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, for better or for worse, we haven't really made it into
Broken into that
We
world
haven't
yet.
really broken into that world.
Well, you have
Boy,
very
you could do it.
Oh,
Thanks.
Thank you.
Great.
All right.
all right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks
It's been a pleasure.
We want to hear
Thanks.
the jacket.
Everybody.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Goodbye, and thanks everybody for coming.
Thank
All
you
right.
for
Take
having
care.
us.
Thanks for having us.
Have a good night.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Yay.
Enjoy your pork, whatever it
Thank you.
Cornbread too.
is, cornbread.
Indeed.
Okay.